How you doing? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Well, that's good. Glad y'all doing all right out there in the world. Do whatever you want, Charlene. So, I had a few um, readings I wanted to do. I know, Brandon, right? Well, me, myself, and I, if you have a question, you put it down there. If I'll try to write it down or try to remember or something. I had a few that I needed to do first, and then we can do that afterwards. This is not going to be a long stream so that people don't have to watch such a long video back, because I'm pretty sure the notification didn't go out to everybody like it usually does. But we were doing like when we do our Sunday stream, like right after that, like me and Jen don't sign off. We like continue to talk like afterwards. And she brought up a question. And no 11 hours, no. I got to get up in the morning, actually. And so one of the questions that came up while we were talking was, what is Donald's spirit trying to help him with? Now, we may have all kinds of, jokes and puns and this and that's about what he doesn't have a spirit. He doesn't have connection. He doesn't believe in all this type of stuff. But spirit believes in him even if we don't, right? And so what is his spirit trying to help him with? That's what I want to know. That came up last night, and I thought that was a very good question. Because the great thing about life, the great thing for us as well, is spirit doesn't give up on us either. And so if it doesn't give up on us, it wouldn't give up on him. So what is it trying to teach him? Like, what does it want to help him with? That was Jen's question. So let's see. And believe it or not, Connie, that's what Jim got is trying to teach him how to be a little more humble, a little more thankful, a little more generous. So let's see. Well, there it is, Knight of Coins. Stable. Reliable. Reliability. The Death card. And the Hierophant. So there is stability, reliability, change. It really, 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 really wants him to change. Like you need a major change, like an overnight, I'm a completely different person type change. Because, I mean, he's not, the springiest of chickens. So you kind of need this now. And then here is like that religious aspect. There's the spirit card there saying that this is what they really want at the core of him is reliability and change. He's on the wrong path currently. He has been on the wrong path for 70 years. Generosity, favor, stop being the bully. 5 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. Pushing people out because they're poor and then bullying those with your money, with your resources. This is what you need to change. This is the behavior that it wants you to change. The Sun and the Knight of Swords. Do not be so rash. Think before you speak. This is not a strong point of his. Yeah, think before you speak. Think before you act. Knight of Wands. The Hangman. There is sacrifice. Learn how to be a little more charitable with the things you do. Problem is, 7 of Swords stands in his way. This is what can I get out of things? The sneakiness. Thief in the night. And the only way he can receive hope is to be bound. And this is not something Spirit does. You still have free will. So this is why it's saying what he needs at the core is reliability and change. Think before you act, think before you speak, and to be a little more charitable and a little less bullying, or a lot less, actually. So we may have given up on him because that's what humans do. When you show us for 70 years who you are, we just take you at that and we keep it moving. But that's not the way Spirit works. So hopefully we wish them well in their endeavor, is what I'll say. So wishing them well. Chris Matthews decided he wanted to kick his feet up right now And oh, mercy. Hi, Thomas. Do I think he will change? No. But that's because I, as a human, have given up on him. I mean, I didn't really have faith in him to begin with, but that's me in my mortal mind. That's how I figure. You have been this way forever. You're going to continue to be that way, is what I say. Spirit does not work that way. It's patient with us, so it has to be patient with him too. Because he's still a human. He's still a person. He still has feelings and a soul and all that kind of stuff. He just chooses to be a bad person. And I do mean chooses. This is not some destiny thing. So Chris Matthews tonight said that tonight was his last hardball. His last broadcast. That he is retiring. And I want to know why. Was it because he made a little mention to that he, like others, may have made some comments to women that they thought were compliments and they could have been taken the wrong way. So I want to know, did he get Me Too'd, or was it like him comparing Bernie Sanders supporters to Nazis, and then maybe they got in touch with the advertisers and the advertisers came down, or like what happened? Because there's no way he's retiring, right? We're in the middle of one of the biggest elections in the world, like in our lifetimes. Like a lot contingent is contingent upon Trump either winning or not winning, right? So why are you picking now when the ratings are probably going to be as high as they are ever going to be for his show, given that Trump is on the verge of either being elected or not? Why would you retire now in the middle of all of this? It makes no sense. So let's see if we can peek behind the curtain and see what happened. Well, I mean, we pretty much know it's not his decision, but I want to know exactly what. Because here's Temperance, and then here's the celebrity. This is him. So this is like a behind-the-scenes conversation. But the Temperance is never... It's a good card, but it's only a good card because of what it represents. It represents healing. Like it represents not just healing, but healing like from addictions of some sort. So it's like something ugly has to happen first over a period of time, and then we get the healing. The star card is like healing after illness. This is like healing after something you've done to yourself type thing. And then the person at the center of attention. So it's like there is some sort of, what do you call it? Not atmosphere, but I'll call it atmosphere. There's just some sort of something going on around the office, and it's probably been going on a while. There is some imbalance here, so it was imbalance with money. So this is a possible thing of maybe there's a loss of support or loss of advertisers, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 pulled out, and they may have been very instrumental as far as finances go, because the 2 of Pentacles is still a pentacle, and then you have loss here too. There is clinging. And because this is being afraid to lose, but like I said, here's the Hierophant, so here's the company. They pushed him out anyway. There was something that they couldn't afford to hang on to. This is not a retirement simply because he's tired. Let's see what this is. Yeah, this is like board meetings or something. They had a meeting. There's a woman here involved as well. But that's not a woman that's against him. This is just somebody in the meeting. So let's look a little deeper. Wait a minute. Let me see here. Let me do this one. Situation. Yeah, being pushed out. So here's the situation. Key influencer, this is the person. So there is someone against him. This is the key influencer to this card. So there is someone against him. This is not just I'm hanging it up in the middle of one of the most important elections ever, in the prime of my show right now. No, someone is against him. Supportive influence, yeah, there's the devil. So in this spread, because I made this spread, and this is always a person, and this is always a person. This person directly influences, this one indirectly influences. So this one is coming against because of this person here. Or this person is helping this person, something of that nature. So something involving, and it's not necessarily the most, there could be another agenda behind this. This is not just, he may have Me Too'd somebody. This is like someone getting together in a little group to try to take him down. So this is got some a little malicious in it, but this situation wouldn't have existed had it not been for him in the first place. So he can't get the sympathy, but at the same time, they are using this to their advantage. Positive. Well, there's money. So, I mean, he's not going to be, in the soup kitchen anytime soon. Negative. This, unfortunately, has all of the earmarks of something sneaky. Like, this is not what it seems. There's more to it. It's one of them stories like, yeah, right, type of things. And so, unfortunately, it's going to cause a lot more looking into it, and this situation is going to come out anyway. The desired outcome, favorable judgment. Yeah, good luck with that. What's helping the situation? There is a man here. So he's got either good attorneys or something of that nature. What's hurting the situation? The company. They didn't handle this right. I think they panicked and just threw him out with the bathwater, but there is going to be more to the story. Outcome, burden transition. So he's going to have a hard time going forward. So a part of me says he should have just kept the show and then waited until this blew up to then push him out, but then it would have hurt MSNBC. And so I guess they did the right thing, but it's going to come out anyway. But now when it comes out, it's just him alone and not him and the company. But it's still going to come back to them anyway because they have to be questioned about what happened and what's going on. Oh, mercy. Okay. Now, we looked at this the other night, but I want to do it again. Let's see, should I use any of these? Yeah, let's use this one. Buttigieg, he drops out. He said he's on the fence to whether or not he should endorse Biden. So why did he drop out? Those aren't my flowers. I know nothing about flowers. Thank you, Debbie Ann. So why did you drop out? This is him. Well, yeah, makes sense. Got the tower. Abrupt ending. But this means that something happened within days. This is not a week's thing, or I don't know exactly what, but something happened, probably a phone call, email, something that said stop, and he stopped. So influence, yeah, emperor, someone in charge. Positive, the hermit. Seeking advice, negative, 9 of Wands. This is going to be a hard road anyway. What is his outlook? Queen of Cups. Supportive. He's going to support. What is the outlook of others? Strength. They've seen this as a good thing. Like he's doing the right thing. Yeah, actually, I was reading some of the headlines. It was saying something about he ran a strong campaign and he did the right thing. Well, he had so much support at some points during the campaign, all the polls, as they say. He had more support than Biden. So him doing the right thing, what does that mean? because that's what they were saying, is he did the right thing. Because here he has this supportive card. This is how he sees it. That's how they see it, is that he is now coming from a position of strength, and that he is now being a great member of the support. What is his relief? New action. So now he can campaign for others instead of himself. What's disappointing? The victory. So there is no victory here. This comes from organization. This was not his decision alone. I'm just going to stick to that and move on. So why did Klobuchar drop out? She has a massive protest in her home state right now because of her lack of prosecution or lack of oversight or whatever they said in someone's case up there. So Klobuchar, why did you drop out? Thank you, Deborah and Sonia. Me, myself, and I. Situation. Burden. I think everything was running out, money and support. It was becoming a burden. Knight of Wands or Knight of Pentacles. This is the influence upon this card. So the reliability of money. So there wasn't a steady stream, not even big donor wise. So what's positive? Lovers. She's still embraced by the left. So this is not like it's a bad thing for her. The establishment loves Klobuchar. Negative. 8 of Wands. She still has a very, she has support, but she doesn't have the right message. Thank you, Joanne. And so her messaging won't actually help, but it won't hurt all that much either because she's not running for president. Now she's VP, that's a whole nother thing. So how does she look at it? 4 swords. Now she can rest, retreat. How do others see it? Justice. Just like Buttigieg, she's doing the right thing. This is the Justice card. Is about balance and fairness. He had the strength right here. Like he had he had the Queen of Cups, which is the supporter. And then she has the rest, and then he had the strength, and now she has the balance. Again, I say this comes from elsewhere, but we'll just say she didn't have the money and support. So what is she relieved about? That she does not have to, again, back over here, run for president anymore. It is hard. So what is she disappointed with? She didn't get the job done with the 3 of Pentacles. So there is still some heartbreak around it, but she's also a little bit relieved as well. So money and support. So, Steyer, why did you drop out? Thank you, Knowledge Quips. Burden. That's his situation too. That's what she got. Like, this can be a hassle when it's not going your way. That's what influences. This is more along the lines of, this is not really good for him and his family, or him and his community, or him and his business, or whatever it is he does. Like, it was great at first when there was a little bit of a chance because he had a lot of money. But, yeah, no. Positive. Worry and stress. So there's no real positive. I don't think he had a good shot from the beginning. Negative. Opportunities, money, votes. His outlook was positive. Others' outlook, he was deep pockets. So he is still good for the party because he's got deep pockets. You know what is so strange to me, though? They spend all this money on ads. And it kind of saddens me in a way, because it seems like they're trying to convince people that Donald Trump is a bad choice. And for someone like me, I'm thinking, I don't understand how they don't see it already. And if they don't see it already, I don't think your ad during their program is going to change that. They're sitting there watching Gunsmoke and then hear you talking about, how he slurs all his words. I don't think they really care. And then they're going to chalk it up to fake news anyway because they're programmed. Anyway, back to this. Relieved messaging off the campaign trail. Disappointment, balance, support. So if for his life, it was just not fitting, which makes sense. Okay. So with pretty much everyone who has dropped out endorsing Biden, is he now strengthening, or is this just one of those things where, Patrice, I don't know what they're called. Grand Lux Tarot is what it's called. And so, Tarot Grand Lux, that's what it is. Is he strengthening? Or not? Is this just one of them things that'll go away in 2 weeks, or is he strengthening? Let's see. Anyone use one of these? Well, let's just do this. This is like my general reading. So let's just do a general reading for Joe Biden. All right, this is him. Nostalgia, support from the past, situation. There's his support. There's all his new supporters. You got Buttigieg and Klobuchar and Steyer and Cory Booker, probably Kamala Harris too. Julian Castro. I'm sure they'll all be there. Influence. Former VP. What's his desires? King of Pentacles, man of resource. Interesting, because he's the King of Cups. He would rather be the man of resource. What does he fear? Apprentice. Three of Pentacles. Falling short. How do others see you? King of Wands. Man in charge right now. Leadership. What are you ignoring? Strength. So this means that you are ignoring your core messaging. I don't think he needs it that much. Like, he hasn't revealed all the plans like a Warren, or he hasn't really rallied all of the independents like a Bernie. I don't think he feels he needs to. This is kind of like Hillary, where she didn't go talk to Wisconsin and they thought that was the worst thing in the world. There are certain things that the establishment candidates just feel they don't have to do because they're already established. They have pretty much all of the support from the left. So what about the past? Yeah, this was him in his VP role, the magician, the person of skill. What does the past influence? Action. This was kind of destined. I think it was supposed to be Obama and then Hillary and then him, if he ran after Hillary. If not, then they could have got a more established person, like a Beto or somebody who was supposed to have beaten Ted Cruz and then ran for president and got the support from the left. What is a desired outcome from the past? More of the same. So yeah, they were supposed to be president for at least the next 16 years, a Democrat. You're supposed to have more of the same. Basically, you're supposed to have like these carbon copies of Obama and keep it going. So what should you worry about more? Judgment. You still have messaging with certain groups that you have to work on. Worry about less. Money. Money is there. It's going to be there. Outcome, Page of Wands. So we're going to see a lot more of him in the press, like a lot more. So the support is there. He's got the money. They see him as the man of action. So let's see. I had a request for an NRA. Why haven't they been prosecuted? Yeah, I figured lack of evidence or lack of evidence that you can prosecute them on. Nine of Pentacles is that money, and the Six of Pentacles is the money laundering, that money being paid out. So that's what they're being investigated for, that money that keeps coming through and in and out and all these weird places. And the people here. But in order to get a judgment, you do need not just testimonies, but you need evidence. You need proof, really. Nine of Wands, the Hangman, and the Eight of Pentacles. There's something about their books or about the jobs or about something going on in the industry, or not industry, but in the corporation, because it's actually a nonprofit. It's like a charity is what it's supposed to be. And so there is something within the books or something within the writing that is being held up. And that is the part that Letitia James is having the problem with, or having the hard time with, because it's falling under her jurisdiction as the NYAG. And they have to give up some things in order to chase others. And so it's becoming a cat and mouse or dog and dog tail. But eventually it will catch up. But right now they're eluding or evading the law with the Hangman here. They are, if something is stuck and stagnant, and it's evidence. There's evidence. So, Bloomberg, why are you still in? We did Tulsi yesterday. Bloomberg is in because he is effective. Nobody can spend as much money as him because he has more money than all of them, pretty much combined, right? Here's the magician. This is the ultimate manipulator. This is also the ultimate bully. He gets under Trump's skin like no one else. So you may, if you don't like him, because we won't go there, but if you don't like him, tolerate him for, he's not going to do the whole third party candidate where he's going to split the vote. He's not in it for a malicious reason against the Dems. So if that's ever your fear, that's not it. He is trying to be anti-Trump, even though he was a Republican for his whole life too, probably. But he is trying to be anti-Trump. Because here's the bully. He can't be bullying Biden. He can't be bullying Sanders and Warren. This is for Trump. Magician is the ultimate manipulator because he's not running ads on those other ones. He's running ads on Trump. And he is trying to illuminate all of the things that Trump has done and the burdens that Trump has laid. The star and the Six of Wands, he is at the center of attention because of his fortune. And so he's a big deal right now. He is kind of what they need, and he'll step aside when he needs to. This is why he said even if he doesn't win, he keeps his money in the race. And then eventually he'll fall back if he needs to, if he doesn't get the nomination. Because he runs ads on Trump. He spends more money than all of them combined. And he gets under Trump's skin. This is kind of like the ultimate troll, is kind of what he's doing, but you do you, boo. So, Elizabeth Warren. How are you doing right now? Knight of Pentacles. Or Cups. And the Lovers. Ten of Cups. Got a lot of cup and water and emotion energy here. She's still got a lot of support, even if she's not paraded through the news. She's got tons and tons and tons of support. Like, this is not even close. Now, whether they go out and vote for her, that's a whole nother thing. But she's got support like nobody's business. Financial, no. Emotional, yes. But there's the money. She's got a job, whether she's president or not. Like, she'll be fine. I've said this from the beginning. This is who I was voting for. But if she doesn't get it, then, you know, it won't be the big deal. That's her word of warning, though, is the establishment is not going to be behind you. So that does matter. Your word of solace, though, is victory, truth, and clarity. You'll be fine whether or not. But there is something against you. And it is a bit devious. So don't look for President Warren, but again, DNC doesn't control everything. She still has a lot of support. But it's not a high support, high enough support, but it's a lot. But she will still be there, so she's not going away. So can we see? Probably not, but I'm going to ask anyway. Who will be the Democratic nominee? It's like the cards are saying, oh, dear God, I don't know. I don't either. And I didn't get a person. Whoever outlasts the fight, that's basically what it says. Like, it will be long and exhaustive. There's a fight in the tower. It'll get ugly. Thank you, Nana. And then we have arrest and preparation. So some people will fall back and the others will keep going. There will be 2 in the end. So we probably will have enough people to drop out to where we will be left with 2. So we'll see. How about that? Won't tell us who the president is either. It doesn't know. Free will and all. Because Biden doesn't have to drop out. Bloomberg doesn't have to drop out. Warren doesn't have to drop out. Sanders doesn't have to drop out. So no one's going to make them. So it doesn't know. So, what are Trump's chances of being president? El Presidente. They're not good legitimately. Like, you have the page of swords, there's your bad news, your rash action, but this is like plan of attack. There is plans almost off the ground. We're like almost to completion. We're just waiting on the results. And then there is the mystery secret around the King of Pentacles, which I'll take that out because I don't know what that means. 7 of Cups. So yeah, mystery secrets and something clouded. So this is the results. What is his chances? Not good at all. But the reason is not because of voting. So it's supposed to be a shoe-in. He's supposed to, because he's the incumbent. It's really hard to beat an incumbent. But yeah. It's not good. So, if it's not good, why is it not good? Because outright in defeat, and there again is that 3 of Wands. Once the plan comes together, basically once the Democrats come together, they can hand him defeat. There's the King of Cups, which is Biden, but I won't say that is him, but this is the King of Cups here. That 3 of Pentacles that he also feared, that work coming in. And then unity and cooperation. So voting, as long as y'all vote, even if it's not Sanders, even if it's not Bloomberg, even if it's not Santa Claus, I don't care who you're going to vote for. Vote for the one that's on the ticket. Don't go in there, write somebody's name down that you know is not going to win. If you vote for who is on the ticket, if you do the unity and cooperation, you can hand him defeat. He has to be, the defeat of Donald Trump has to be more important than this, than the person you wanted. So I'm going to get your barf bucket ready. Let's do a pro-Trump reading right now. Okay? Don't unsubscribe. What would help him win in November? What would help him win in November? This is a good thing to know so that you can combat against whatever it's going to say. What would help him win? And don't just tell me Russian interference, because we apparently don't know how to fight against that. What would help him win? Well, disenchantment. Disenchantment wouldn't help him win. You have the burden. And then people not voting because they didn't get what they want and they're afraid to lose whatever it is that they stood for. Because the Four of Pentacles is holding tightly to something. So holding tightly to like the Bernie or bust or type of thing. Or if I don't get Warren, I know she's been set up. Or if we don't get Bloomberg, I like Bloomberg because he's anti-Trump. Or I don't like Biden because he's too establishment. If you hold to those truths and you hold to those ideals, that places the burden. That places the hard work. The hard work and the burden is dependent upon this. And then you have that disenchantment with that Four of Cups. And then the major change sets in. And then that's how he becomes victorious. This is my America card. And then this is the victory card. So if you hold on so tightly to your vote and you do not vote, then he wins. I don't get rushed or nothing, so let's see. We'll keep drawing if you want. There's your overseas connection there. But what they need is the infighting. They need the Democrats to not be unified. And that is possible. They weren't unified the last time around. There's being shunned and pushed out, and the new person, whoever the nominee is, if it's not the one you want, there is a great chance that you won't vote. And then he sails right back into the government for another 4 years. Because not only were you not there to vote for the president, you weren't there to vote for the Senate and the House either, so they could lose House seats and retain the Senate, which means they have another complete control for another 2 years. So that's what I got. That's an hour. I think I'm done. Vote blue, exactly. No matter who. I mean, y'all can dislike Bernie if you want, but I mean, like, calm down. If he gets the nomination, he got the nomination. I'm a socialist, so I like Bernie. So there you go. Doesn't mean you have to. Thank y'all. I did that one, artist, a while back, but I'm sure it has changed. We'll do it again some other time, I guess. I will see y'all Sunday. Well, I'll probably go live some other time this week. I don't know. This was just I was bored and I didn't know what else to do. So thank you, Debbie. So I'll see y'all sometime this week. If not sometime this week, then I'll see you Sunday. Lab rat, that's my symbol. I created.